Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 10 o'clock, so I call this meeting to order. We will begin, as usual, with an invocation, followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the start of another day, another week, another month even, June 1st. We thank you, Lord, for all your blessings upon us in this community. Pray for your guidance in all the decisions before us today and in the activities in the week ahead. And we thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to serve our community. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
All right, the next item we have on the agenda is citizens communication. Anyone who would like to address the court on any county-related issues, you're welcome to do so at this time. Morning, Michael.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning, sir.
Nice to see you back, Commissioner Garcia. I
Thank you, sir.
appreciate it. You know, you're probably trying to get the $240 million for the school board. That's right. But I'm here to complain about the $240 million bond that was approved. You know, and the problem with the bond is, you know, as you got to pay interest on that. It's not an interest-free bond like when you go buy a mattress and it's no interest for a year or something. And you could expect to pay $700 million, you know, on that bond over 30, 40 years. I've heard it's at 21%, and no one talks about that. And as superintendent salaries go up, test scores go down. It started a couple years ago with an F rating from TEA, and then it went from a D to a C to a B. It is better, but I just think the superintendent salaries are just too high, not just at the Victoria Independent School District, but all throughout Texas. I've heard they've talked about passing laws where the superintendent salary can't be more than the governor's salary or more than twice as high as the highest paid teacher. And there's plenty of people at the Victoria Independent School District that, you know, they make a six-figure salary or above, you know. And right now the superintendent salary is $262,000 a year. She just got a $12,000 raise and gets an extra 12 days for vacation, a $500 a month allowance for a car, $100 a month for a cell phone, and plus, you know, per diem if you travel, plus motel and lounging. I think the per diem rate is like $1 a mile. But superintendents are getting 5 times more than teachers, and I wish their salaries just wasn't so high. And they're good at talking to school boards and getting raises, but you know, what about the middle class people that make from $50,000 to $150,000 dollars a year? They're going to have increased property taxes and stuff like that to pay it, but they could have barbecues or what have you. And just recently they closed Shields School, but they could have fundraisers or raffles, you know, to get the money to bulldoze Shields School down or whatever needs done. But I am against it, and I am against these exorbitant raises with the superintendents. I know Shepard made about $350,000 a year before he retired, and his test scores go down. Superintendents' salaries just keep climbing in Victoria and all around the state. Victoria Independent School District, you know, it's not a big school district like Dallas or Houston, and I just don't think superintendents should be getting this much money. I mean, I don't agree with 5 times more than a teacher, but I'm against it, and I do wish they could find other avenues. If they could get people to voluntarily give money, like for fundraisers or something, but the Victoria Independent School District shouldn't take that $240 million from taxpayers. Thanks, and have a good morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Michael. Other comments this morning in citizens' communication? Representative Louderback, I didn't see you here this morning. Welcome. Always great to have you in attendance.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
Honored to be here.
Morning,
and,
sir.
This is the trials and tribulations of county government.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
He's turning into the Gary Moses of politics.
There you go. Yeah, he is.
Agree.
Gonna have a community center named after him soon.
Let's see.
Rick, you have something?
Rick, were you standing up
Were you
or
standing up or you just stretching?
stretching his legs?
I don't know.
Come on up.
Yeah, that's what we're wondering. We're getting a preemptive of your
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
Two things, I guess. One, the announcement of that hurricane season has officially begun. And so we urge citizens to become prepared, stay informed. Don't look at the projections for the year. It only takes one, so whatever cycle we're in, doesn't matter. So we definitely want to make sure that we're staying prepared for those things. Oh, are you putting that up there now? No, that's for agenda
no.
item 13, but you can leave it up there. So this will be coming up in a little bit as well. So the new emergency notification system we rolled out, but that's for agenda item here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Did want to mention, thank you, County Judge Ben Zeller, for attending the Emergency Management Conference. I know that many of y'all have gone in the past. This year would seem to be a little off year. And so, once again, thank you, Judge, for attending with us and being the supportive leader that you are, as well as doing a presentation there. So this year's Emergency Management Conference was a little over 4,200 attendees with 40 states represented in 3 countries, with a host of continuing education for our profession to be there. And so, I think, Judge, and correct me if I'm wrong, there was only about 4 or 5 county judges that were there, or
Not many.
not many at all.
Yeah.
And so, thank you again for your leadership in being there. And I know the other commissioners weren't able to make it this year, but next year will be June 1st through the 4th, I believe, and it'll be back in Fort Worth for one more year. So
Regretfully, we missed it. I enjoyed going to that, and I heard your presentation went really well.
It did.
We
Well, thank
appreciate
you.
you
Yeah,
being there for that.
It was a good conference, and yeah, we had a good group from Victoria. Of course, you, Rick,
Health Department and
Crystal, and Robin were there, Madison, and yeah, the SO.
David was there, and we had a PD representation and also
Yeah.
SO. So thank you all again for attending. So it makes our job a little bit easier
Thanks for
as
your
we move
TD.
into these events like the F1 Tornado. Those partnerships pay off
Yeah.
in dividends. With the Blue Sky Live initiatives of today, pay off during the Gray Sky events. So
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
So it's still
thank
gonna be
you.
in Fort Worth, huh?
we'll be in Fort Worth next year, June 1st to the 4th. So
I appreciate you pointing that out, Rick. I know in my talk, one of the things that I mentioned, one of the points was that how this Commissioner's Court has prioritized our Office of Emergency Management. And you really see the benefit of that when something hits the fan and you have to respond to it, whether we're talking about the tornado last month or any of the other dozens of activations of our ELC, floods and fires and hurricanes, of course, but it is a team effort.
It is.
And this court has always prioritized that office and operation, and we certainly appreciate you, Rick. And it was clear yet again at that conference, the great respect and I guess reputation you have around the state for being one of the best in the business, and that's something that makes us look good.
Yep.
So we
Thank you.
appreciate you for that.
I do.
thank you for that. As I always say, it's not me, it's the staff that works alongside myself. And so they are a great group of people. So thank you again. So I'll be back up here in a
Thank
couple
you.
minutes.
All right.
See you in a little bit.
You ready?
We'll chit chat.
Other comments this morning in citizens' communication before we move on? If
I just
there-
want to make the point, it's glad to have Danny Garcia back up here. Welcome
Amen
back,
to
brother.
that.
Commissioner, thank
Yeah,
you all.
You've been in
Yeah.
our prayers, and we missed you and loved you, man.
Well, I appreciate you guys, all of you guys come to visit me at the hospital. I appreciated that too.
You bet you.
It's been lonely over here without you, brother. Trust me.
Yeah, I just got told Jason he needed another eye on this side.
You dang right. You dang right.
He only had 2 eyes instead of 3, right?
3 eyes are better than 2, baby. I tell you what. Good to have you back, brother.
Thank y'all.
Amen to that.
All right.
That's right.
All right, moving along. Item number 4 is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in front of you.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for June 1st, 2026 are $584,230.51. Supplemental payments are $1,567,658.75.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Priscilla. Number 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
We actually have none this morning.
Okay.
Cool. There's a first. All right.
How about number 7? Consider approval of bond forfeiture releases.
Another lucky one, we have none of those.
All right.
Swing and a miss,
Thank
strike
you.
2.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Heidi, we're making good time.
There we go.
Item 8 is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments. We have the May 28th memo from our hospital showing those interim vendor payments in the amount of $184,891.88. And the ACH report on that same date totaled $2,501,274.89.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 9 on our agenda is something that we recognize annually, and that's to hear a proclamation designating June as Elder Abuse Awareness Month. I think we have a few folks from, let's see, who's here to speak to that? Is Lisa or Tony? Was there a Lisa we were talking to about the proclamation?
Yes, she set this up for us to be here.
Okay,
Oh,
but then
okay.
you're here. Okay, well, come on up, Tony, if you don't mind. Welcome this morning, and appreciate you and your crew being here.
Good morning, Honorable Judge Zeller and commissioners and distinguished guests. My name is Tony Villegas. I'm an investigator for Adult Protective Service in Victoria. I'd like to thank you for designating June 2026 as Elder Abuse Awareness Month here in Victoria. Abuse, neglect, and financial exploitation of older adults remain serious concerns, both nationally and within our community. Statistically, Victoria County has about 25,274 older Texans and adults with disabilities. In 2025 alone, Victoria APS received 497 reports related to these concerns, that of which 305 investigations were completed. Every person deserves to age with dignity, safety, independence, and respect. Through our Partnering to Protect initiative, Adult Protective Service, the South Texas APS Community Board, and community partners continue working together to strengthen awareness, expand resources, and support safe, independent aging in place. Contrary to popular belief that some people might hold, APS doesn't go around trying to rip elderly people out of their home. Our goal is to keep them in their homes. We are grateful to the Victoria County Courts, the Victoria County Sheriff's Office, as well as other community partners for their continued collaboration and commitment to protecting older adults and vulnerable individuals. Strong partnerships are essential to building safer, more connected communities for all generations. Thank you for your leadership and commitment to the well-being of our community.
All right.
Well, thank you very much for that, and again, like I said, this is something we recognize annually because it is a big deal, a big concern, and is often underreported, like this proclamation points out. Some of the highlights you mentioned are in here, so I'll read this in part, not the entirety of it. But to piggyback on that, the proclamation that the court is issuing reads in part as follows: whereas older adults and people with disabilities of different backgrounds contribute to the well-being of our county through working, caregiving, volunteering, and also actively preserving customs, rituals, and traditions. And whereas abuse of older adults and people with disabilities is a concern for our whole community and impacts tens of thousands of individuals across Texas and many here in Victoria County, like you pointed out. And whereas adult abuse impacts men and women of all income and ability levels, crossing cultural and ethnic backgrounds in communities across Texas. And when elderly people are abused, it becomes everyone's business, and it's vitally important to strengthen our efforts to prevent, report, and address these concerns. Therefore, the Victoria County Commissioners Court does hereby proclaim the month of June 2026 as Elder Abuse Awareness Month in Victoria County, and we similarly urge all of our residents to work together towards the goal of eliminating abuse and neglect of older adults and people with disabilities.
Yeah, it's being in long-term care for years. I've had the privilege of working with you guys on certain things. I know you'll have a very hard job because a lot of times you're stuck between family members and or caregivers, and no matter what you do, it seems like you're always going to have somebody against you. But it is a job that needs to be done, and you guys do it quite well. So my hat's off to you, and you have my respect.
Thank you, sir.
Well, we appreciate it, and, well, let's vote to approve this. Do we have?
Move to approve.
Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. If y'all wouldn't mind, we can take a photo right down front to further publicize Elder Abuse Awareness Month. All right.
Scoot your back. I thank y'all for being here.
All right, how do you want us to shift?
Scoot your back. Scoot your back.
In the back. Right.
I know what to do.
Okay, we'll look at this camera first, then shift over.
Ready, right here. I'm good, if anybody else?
All right. Appreciate y'all once again. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'm on cloud nine.
The next item on our agenda is also a proclamation on a noteworthy occurrence starting this week. Number 10 is to hear a proclamation in celebration of the Victoria Bach Festival and take appropriate action. Let's see. Buck, you're with
Buck's here.
the Bach Festival. Come on up and
Tell us all about it.
tell us what we need to
Well,
know.
good morning, and thank you for the
morning.
the privilege to be here. So this is our 51st season for the Victoria Bach Festival here in our community. We started Saturday night over in Goliad. Last night we were in Rockport, and we began then this week with all of our concerts in Victoria. But this being our 51st season, we have a legacy in our community, and people look forward to this every year. We have musicians who come in that we've hired, and they've been with us for decades, which further proves the hospitality of our wonderful community and the way that we can take care of them when they're here. But our goal is to always educate and to inspire folks who don't have access to music like this outside of our community, so we bring it to them, and hopefully they can be inspired and educated through what we do. And so we're grateful for the opportunity.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Buck, and I'll point out that you really don't have to venture to a major city to experience some awesome cultural events like the Bach Festival here. We've got our tickets for, I guess, Thursday evening, the whole family, and it's something we've enjoyed going to. And it's certainly noteworthy. This, like our symphony and our other organizations, a huge asset for the community, and appreciate you for what you do in that arena, Buck. And we have a Commissioners Court proclamation. I know we did one for the 50th last year, which was a big year, but the 51st is also significant. I'll read this proclamation also in part. It reads as follows. Whereas the Victoria Bach Festival is celebrating its 51st season this year with free and ticketed concerts under the theme Fantastical Music from May 30th through June 6th. And whereas in a June tradition starting in 1975, nationally recognized musicians and leading U.S. orchestras and ensembles, along with professors of music from prestigious universities, have gathered in Victoria to perform and to participate in the Bach Festival. And whereas for 51 years, Victorians from all walks of life have had the opportunity to listen to and be inspired by incredible works of music over days of musical performances. And whereas the Victoria Bach Festival this year features 12 performances at locations around the Victoria area, with 6 of those being free to the public. And whereas famed composers along with Johann Sebastian Bach, whose works will be performed during this year's festival, include Handel and Ravel. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
And whereas the Victoria Bach Festival continues to support musical excellence and promote young musicians through initiatives such as the Emerging Artists Program. Now therefore be it resolved that the Victoria County Commissioners Court does hereby proclaim May 30th through June 6th as Victoria Bach Festival Week in Victoria County, and we urge all residents to support the continuing growth and excellence that is the Victoria Bach Festival by attending performances and enjoying this festival, which started back in 1975 and has gained a notable reputation throughout the country. So if anyone doesn't have tickets, it's on the website, Buck, and wonderful, wonderful events throughout the next week. So do we have a motion to approve this resolution?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved, and we'll get a photo with you if you don't mind down front, and Madison can put that on Facebook and remind folks about this. All right, moving on in the agenda. Item number 11 is to consider approval of Resolution 2026-066 in support of a name change for the Victoria VA Clinic to the Roy A. Benavides VA Clinic and take appropriate action. This is an effort that's been, a grassroots effort that's been led in large part by Mr. Frank Torres. Mr. Torres, do you want to come up and share a few words with us? I know you've been talking to Commissioner Garcia and others about this for a while, and
Yeah.
it's in the works. So.
Yeah. Well, this is a project that's in motion, has been. So far, we have contacted all the area judges. They bought into it. They're all for it. We also contacted the area or the Victoria County organizations, military organizations, and they all approved it. And so the reason for this name change, you know, I've been a veterans advocate for many, many years, and also served as a service officer for 10 years. So I've been talking to veterans for many years. Prior to us having all the facilities here available to our veterans, I would talk to them and I would ask for where do you go to get your services, the medical services, and they would say, I go to excuse me, I go to the Audie Murphy Hospital. They don't say I go to the South Texas Veterans Medical Center.
Yeah.
So so they relate to it better that way. when I said, where do you go get your benefits fixed? And he said, well, we go to the Frank Tejada building in San Antonio. They don't say I go to the San Antonio, So he said that's a relationship the veterans have with a name, with a proper name, versus having a relationship with a building name or a proper name for a building. You talk to a Navy veteran and it's where did you serve? He doesn't say I served in the U.S. 435 X, Y, and Z. They say I served on the John F. Kennedy. It's always a pride for doing that. We hope that can happen here with our new facility. Been wanting to change that, but I'm glad that I didn't do it until we got this new project, this new building, fantastic facility. And I just wanted to honor Master Sergeant Dor Benavides. I get the question, are there any other names that we could change it to? And the answer is no, because I did research, and he's the only Medal of Honor winner in the Crossroads.
Yeah.
He's
Born
known
and
as
raised, born and raised.
yeah, born and raised. He was born in Lindenau, and then he was orphaned when he was like 6 years old. Went to live with his relatives in Cuero. Went to school there. From there, they moved to El Campo with other relatives. He left school, went into the military, airborne, special forces, and all that. So, I suggest if anyone doesn't know the history of Master Sergeant Benavides, look it up on YouTube.
Yes.
It's unbelievable how his actions. At first, he got awarded the Distinguished Cross because they needed someone to verify the actions. For years, he was not awarded the Medal of Honor. And after years, there was a gentleman reading an article about him, and that they needed that visual proof of someone that witnessed. And then he said, well, I was there. I was the Army photographer I saw everything that happened there. So when you went and approached the people, and then they said, okay, well, that's all we needed. So it's a great story. I want you guys to check it out. And Mr. Benavides he's recognized as the son of the Crossroads. We as veterans like to call him the real Rambo, because But anyway, that effort is in motion right now, and we're at this point, and I think that you agreed to that you present this proclamation to our Representative Cloud.
Yes.
So that would happen if it passes here today.
Absolutely. Well, and I do in this resolution have several of those factoids about Roy Benavides. I'll read here, and your factoids line up perfectly with what I've got in front of me, so well done. But before I do that, I want to thank you, Mr. Torres, because this isn't unusual for you to be here advocating for veterans like you are now. This has been what you do. I know 10 years ago whenever we started the veterans?
11 years ago.
11 years.
11 years ago. You were leading that charge as well, and lots of things between then and now, and just an example of how you continue to give back to this community. So I thank you for that, Mr. Torres. And this is definitely something that the court can get behind and is supportive of. I think most people may have heard about Roy Benavides that we've been talking about, but some of the factoids, for those who may not be as familiar, Master Sergeant Raul Perez Roy Benavides was born August 5th, 1935 in Lindenau, Texas, right nearby here. He was a U.S. Army soldier awarded the Medal of Honor for his extraordinary valor in combat in South Vietnam on May 2nd, 1968, while serving with the United States Army Special Forces. The battle for which he received his commendation was later nicknamed 6 Hours in Hell, and left Master Sergeant Benavides with a total of 37 separate bullet, bayonet, and shrapnel wounds. And during that 6-hour battle, Master Sergeant Benavidez provided medical aid, recovered classified documents, called in airstrikes, and carried wounded soldiers to extraction helicopters while suffering from his own severe injuries, ultimately saving the lives of many. And although initially awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for Valor, as you mentioned, Mr. Torres, his meritorious honor was raised to the Medal of Honor by President Reagan in 1981 after those additional witnesses' testimony became available. And this resolution just articulates this Commissioner's Court's support of renaming the VA clinic in honor of Master Sergeant Roy P. Benavidez. So with the approval of this, we'll circulate this to our neighboring counties for them to copy and formally approve, and then also, of course, send that along to Congressman Cloud's office.
Thank you so much.
So thank you for that, Mr.
Commissioners, thank you very much.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this resolution. Is there any further discussion related to that?
Easy there, Lightning. Yeah, we are.
We can take a picture.
Yeah, we have to approve it. Let's go ahead.
I mean,
We've got
we've been
Mr.
taking pictures
Torres
for
here.
every
Let's
agenda
do it.
item. I just figured we were taking notes. Just we can take one if y'all want.
Torres, thank you, sir. Oh, yes. All right, we centered.
Yes, you are perfect.
All right, thanks so much. We'll send this along. Well, we want to give you a copy too. I'll just, did we already vote on that? No, we haven't voted. Okay. Well, I'll need to sign it, then I want to give Mr. Torres a copy. Okay, we had a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. What I'll do, Mr. Torres, we'll sign that, and I'll copy you on the email to the other county judges so that you've got a record of that. And again, we appreciate you being here this morning.
Yeah, if you don't know the history of Roy Benavidez, please look it up. I mean, talk about no quit, love for your country, and self-sacrifice. You're not going to find better examples of all three of those things than looking at Roy Benavidez. So this is a great honor, and couldn't pick anybody better. Good job.
Thanks again. All right, we will move along in the agenda to item number 12. That is to consider the transfer of oversight and signature authorization for all previously approved capital projects and related activities from John Johnston to Avery Flessner, effective May 30th, and take appropriate action. Avery?
I guess this means your hide's going to be on the line with signatures now, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. So this is left open-ended to catch all of the authorization that John had previously held under this position. This essentially, just to sum it up, gives us discretionary authority to perform certain actions on behalf of these projects and keep that project timeline moving forward.
Yeah.
As it stood before, and it'll continue to stand, large change orders and things of that nature that really should have Commissioners Court approval will continue to do so.
Sure.
Excellent. Needed step to take. Let's get that done.
Second.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
We're gonna take a picture with Avery.
Yeah, we're going to take a picture of Avery. Take a picture of Avery holding his pen, yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, item number 13 is to hear a presentation from the Victoria Office of Emergency Management regarding a new emergency notification system. Welcome back up, Rick.
Long time no see, bud.
Morning, Judge. Yeah, been a while.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Howdy.
You have the graphic? So agenda item number 13 is going to be our new rollout of our emergency notification system. I'll kind of go through this a little bit so there's no confusion with what this represents and what it does not represent. So if you remember back a couple years ago, we used to have a different vendor. We have now switched to Everbridge. There was some issues associated with the previous vendor. We highly used this during COVID, the vaccine clinics and the testing sites where we could get information out to citizens and individuals related to that. We've had an emergency notification system for quite some time, I guess probably about 16, 17 years now. So we're switching over to Everbridge this year, and this is our new rollout. So Lauren Moe and Mallory Elkins, Jessica Kalmus, Jenna, all the folks in the office did a great job in rolling this out last week as we were preparing for hurricane season. And so this is going to be our new emergency notification. What this does represent is it represents an opportunity for us to get information to you, citizens, when we don't meet certain parameters for what we call a WEA, Wireless Emergency Alert, or an IPAWS alert. What that means is that if you have a private cell phone carrier, you're federally mandated by law now that we can reach your cell phone with pending information, but I have to meet quite a few requirements. This system enables us to give us another way to get information out. And so we gave a couple events up there, so severe weather, critical incidents, evacuation, maybe even a missing persons, where we've got a localized event that's occurring. We could geo-reference that. So if we're down on, let's say, McFadden area, and we've had a bailout with the sheriff's office, and they're wanting to put our information, we can actually do just that, and we can geo-reference it. I have not met the 17 parameters for what they call an IPAWS or a WEA alert, but this gives us another opportunity to notify citizens. We have always held true to this. We are not going to use this system for anything other than a critical emergency event. And so we can actually do an event status. Let's just say there is a Christmas Day parade and we want to load that system in. We will work directly with the City of Victoria, and that will be a very specific number that people can text, but this will not be utilized for those specific instances where you'll be getting information, a barrage of information that is not critically, that's not critical incident driven. And so this gives us an opportunity. I think the first couple of days we had several hundred sign up for it. It is replacing the old system. Question is asked, well, can our information we had in the old system be pulled over the new system? The answer is no. It is a very difficult process. That's why we're leaving that company. We had left that company back at the end of the last year and beginning of this year because there were some very specific things that were problematic with it. So anyways, opportunity for citizens to sign up for this. And so we have worked with our other partners within town. Everbridge is a very big platform. Our hospitals use Everbridge. Texas A&M Victoria uses Everbridge. Victoria Colleges use Everbridge. City of Victoria uses Everbridge. And so Lauren has done a great job and Jessica have done a great job. When you see our alerts come out, they actually will say VOEM alert. So the banner will come across for your cell phone. Your emails will actually identify that it is our office. And so we have held true to this always, that if we're just sending you something, it's probably because something you need to do and something you need to read and something you need to react to.
Yeah.
So there's two opportunities up there. You can either scan here with the QR code. I've left some at each of your stations. I believe the judge did his the other day in the car. So got it knocked out within like 20 seconds.
I'm registered.
And so, or you can actually text VOEM alerts. The key there is that it's all being one word, VOEM alerts to 888-777, and then you can sign up for it from there. So great opportunity. So you'll see us rolling this out. We will actually give these flyers to each one of you as you have your public events as well. If you have a town hall or anything like that, we'll want you to take those with you. So Everbridge actually does what they call a data pack buy. And so when you shop at various locations, there's information that you already are included in the system. I don't want to use any big box store names, but as they get that data from you, they actually sell that to companies, which is how you get all these spam calls. We actually have some of that information as well, but once again, we are not going to utilize it for those purposes. It will be only for critical information. So anyways, gives you an opportunity to sign up for our VOEM alerts. So
All right, good stuff.
That is an important update because the prior enrollment doesn't carry over.
does not.
Need to text VOEM alerts to 888-777.
We have it built into the system where specifically the severe weather is going to be generated through. So if we have a NOAA weather alert that goes out, either a watch or a warning, it will actually generate and actually send that to your phone and it will come across. What we actually encourage citizens to do is obviously all of you need to go into your notification settings and make sure that all your notifications are turned on. There's fatigue with alert notifications. Amber Alert is being one of the biggest fatigues. People get it at 2 o'clock in the morning, so what do? You go in and you slide that bar to the left and you say, well, look at the other three below that. I'm going to slide those to the left too and turn them all off.
Yeah.
You've now limited your capability, and unless you have a NOAA weather radio, which I can imagine nobody in this room probably has one but me, that you've now limited your capacity to get notification or information from.
That is a big deal. I know the Kerrville flood last year brought up the conversation about alert fatigue.
It has.
Because in Texas, people get on average way more alerts than in other states. It's a constant barrage of.
It's akin to the old car alarms back in the day when I was.
Exactly.
we had.
So, this will not contribute to the unimportant alerts, but I mean, there is conversation taking place about limiting the scope of what people get alerts for, because it is important to have the system. I know when the tornado touched down May 1st, some of the questions I got from residents was, how come we didn't have an audible siren?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, an answer to that is that we actually do, and rather than it being somewhere that you can't hear, it's in your pocket. But you have to opt in for that.
Yes, sir.
and not have those silenced. So thank you for leading the effort on that, Rick, and for bringing this to us. We'll continue to broadcast the fact that you need to text VOEM alerts to that number and hopefully get as many folks signed up as
Bless you.
possible.
Or scan the QR code.
Is
Yes,
this
sir.
on the website also?
It is.
Good.
So everything's up and
Good.
operational, and so staff has done a great job at trying to get that out.
Good
and
deal.
Really publicize it, so.
Good stuff.
Excellent. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, sir.
I'm still here, so I'm gonna stand right here.
Okay, I don't
Okay.
think we
We
need
need
any
to
action
see
on
or-
that,
okay,
other than
okay.
saying good job, and we'll move to
Good
the
job.
next item. Number 14 is consider approval of a final amendment to the Ashbrit contract for disaster recovery services for the Victoria Office of Emergency Management and take appropriate action.
Sure. Okay, so we are up for our final amendment to the contract with Ashbrit. Including that amendment is going to be the CPI increase for this year, for 2026. In our contract, they cannot exceed more than 5%, and so we made sure they did not. So we worked with the finance team, auditor's office, and we also worked with Adrian over in procurement to make sure that we're on board with everything we need to have. So this is the contract represented by Ashbrit for debris management, which is the collection of and disposal of all of our debris within the county. So you choose to move forward with a notice to proceed after a storm. Last time we activated Ashbrit was in 2017, Hurricane Harvey, with an estimated about 600,000 cubic yards of debris, estimating around $8 million. And so Ashbrit is, obviously you would know, is a very a professional company to work with and work for. We will be up for the renewal of that contract next year, so you'll be seeing us back up here next year doing an RFP, and we'll work directly with the staff, the county, to make sure that we follow the applicable laws related to that as well.
Excellent.
So,
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm still here.
Motion approved.
Still?
You're still here, okay.
Man, you're like a bad penny. You just keep showing up.
I'll just stay right here.
15 is consider approval of the First Amendment to the Victoria County and Tetra Tech contract for disaster and storm monitoring services in connection with the Victoria Office of Emergency Management. Now, what have we got here?
So Tetra Tech this is going to be our first amendment. So we have a 5-year contract with them with 2 additional years. On top of that, this is the first amendment to that contract, including the CPI increase as well. And so this will be the first year we're moving forward with that one. Debris monitoring is just that. FEMA requires you to have a debris contractor if you so choose to want to get paid from public assistance. If you have one, you have to have a debris monitor that basically monitors everything the debris management company is doing to make sure all the checks and balances are put into place. And so this is our company right now is Tetra Tech. We also will be going out for RFP for them, but that won't be for another year off. We alternate those two. We set them off by 1 year each, so that we're not doing one right after the other, so or run on top of the other. And so this is the debris management monitoring firm, Tetra Tech. This is the First Amendment to that.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Are you
Now I can
done?
leave.
Are we
Yep, I'm
finished
done.
with you, Rick?
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you, Rick.
Yes.
Item number 16. Oh, when I mentioned, I mentioned those that were in attendance at the conference. You were also there in action, David, and as per usual, thank you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
16, what we've got in front of us is to consider approval of an MOU between Victoria County Public Health Department and St. Vincent de Paul Charitable Pharmacy regarding potential referral and collaboration and take appropriate action.
Yes. Good morning, Judge Commissioners. So this is a new item that we have, a new partnership that we're looking at creating with St. Vincent de Paul Pharmacy. It's basically going to be setting this agreement in motion now once funds do become available to provide these services. It's kind of the start of some new chronic disease education and outreach and service projects that we're working on. This is one of the first stages of this. It'll be once grant funds or some additional funds outside of local funds become available. Looking to use that. It's a set rate for prescriptions that we can help with chronic disease management and for individuals in need that qualify. So this is the one part. This is getting that agreement in place for future collaboration.
Okay.
There's no cost up front to it whatsoever. It's only when we utilize the service.
Okay, and this would be grant funding directly for prescription medication?
Yes, sir. So we're looking at utilizing either existing funds through some foundation funds that we have available. We're looking at if that qualifies. If not, we may have some additional CDBG funds or some additional funds later on down the line that we have with our new charity care program. We're looking at what will qualify we can use for those funds. But again, right now, it's no cost. We at least wanted to get this partnership in place when funds do become available.
Very good.
Sounds good. Move for
David, is
approval.
this something that you'll have to do annually, or how does this work?
Right now, it'd be an annual contract, I believe. We reached out last year to look at signing an MOU with them, but I think it's only for a set amount of time, and they run out of funds and services available, so we try to jump in pretty early to lock up at least a partnership when those other funds do become available we can use for them.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, and so somebody watching online or somebody in the community who has one of these conditions, diabetes, heart disease, and they want to see if they'd be eligible, what are we to the point of where they could inquire, or is this just laying the groundwork for that?
It's more so laying the groundwork now. It's going to go in collaboration with the Community Resource Center that we already have created for other services that we have right now. A lot of the services we're seeing now are needs for identifications, birth certificates, and also medical transportation we're helping with. But we're looking at expanding those services out in the near future as we kind of expand that Community Resource Center project, and as the Hogg Foundation grant comes to an end, we're looking at using that model, expanding it to further services, really focusing more on chronic disease management and education. We're looking at partnerships, establishing partnerships with local hospitals, other medical providers, and some universities to see how that all collaborates together. We've been in the very early stages of that, but we're looking at getting these agreements established now for those future services.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good deal. We had a second.
Yeah.
All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. 17 is to consider approval of the Tuberculosis Prevention and Control Combined State and Federal Contract Amendment 2 for the Victoria County Public Health Department.
Yes, sir. This is a reoccurring contract we've had for upwards of probably close to 2 decades in some form or fashion through state and federal TB funding. This pays for our tuberculosis control of our patients that we have in the region. It pays basically for parts of 2 positions, not even a full-time position. We've been advocating on the state level for increase in funding in this line item for quite some time, but we'll take what we can get for now.
Is it involved in testing or treatment or both?
Yes, both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we use it for testing, then we'll refer out to testing that we have to the local hospitals, and then we do our direct observation therapy we have with the patients as well.
Okay, good. Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Item 18 is to consider approval of the following detention and/or residential contracts with the Victoria County Regional Juvenile Justice Center. A is with Cameron County, and B is with Refugio County.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
It's Adrian time.
Does department need to be changed on that, or does that matter for the minutes?
Oh, what's that?
On 18, the department is public health. It doesn't matter, it's okay? Okay, all right. Just want to, okay. You're welcome. Proceed.
Okay.
Sorry.
I didn't get that, but it sounded like we're on track.
He thought we were going to take a picture again.
Yeah.
We can take a picture.
I'm ready.
Get it if you
Adrian?
want. Okay.
Why don't everybody come forward and let's take a group photo?
Okay. All right. 19 is Adrian's, and that is to consider the following regarding the annual supply contract for road materials for all precincts and take appropriate action. A is to approve annual supply contracts effective June 1, 2026 through May 31st, 2027, with an option for 2 additional one-year renewals. And B is to reject all non-awarded bids received in response to the invitation for bids.
Yes.
Adrian, good morning.
Good morning.
morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Adrian.
So with this for A, I'm gonna pass because this is still under legal review.
Oh, okay.
I reached out to them just to make sure that everything would be good to finalize the contracts, and they're still working on it.
Okay, so I read
'Cause
all
I
that
want
for nothing.
yeah, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
You were on a roll. I was just like,
I
so I'm so sorry. But yeah, so this is going to be passed. So hopefully I'll be able to come back next week so that we can get these contracts and they'll be all finalized and we can move forward. And just so that everyone is also aware, because it was approved last week to go ahead and approve the
Right.
award, I reached out to all of the contractors, so they are aware that they have won the award. They know that
Okay.
they can go ahead and move forward.
Good.
So there's going to be no pause in road materials.
Gotcha.
But it's just getting all the legal documentation together.
Thank you,
I
Adrian.
understand.
Thank you very much.
You're looking out for us. I appreciate that.
Adrian, since you've notified the contractors, could court approve pending legal review?
Yes.
That's what I was
Let's
wondering.
do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, since he read it all, we might as well.
I know,
yeah.
especially since you
Not
read it
gonna
all.
read it again.
I'll move to approve pending legal review.
Second.
All
Good
right,
point.
we have
Thank you.
a motion and a second, 19A and B, to approve pending legal review and authorization. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
All right,
Thanks, Adrian. Thank you, Chris.
Yep.
20 is to discuss and consider the creation of 2 part-time sheltered tech positions for the BCAS and take appropriate action. I had a question about this. I don't think this was what we were trying to do.
Right.
Yeah,
This would just be a temporary,
Right, right.
not
for-
2 actual part-time positions, but
Okay.
it's
Okay.
temporary.
When we had spoken, and confusion may have been on our end, we're basically looking for a couple people for a few weeks.
Yes, just to help us
with
get,
the kennel, all that.
yes,
movement.
until we get that sorted out.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess the plan in my head was just to pay that out of extra help somewhere rather than, unless this is needed for some reason, this would create, though, 2 new positions in the budget, which I don't think at this point was the
We're
goal.
ready for that.
Right.
Or,
So just as a budget amendment then?
yeah, is there currently a part, or a temporary part-time help or extra help line item
I
in the
think there
BCA?
was
There
we
is.
looked it up and there was a part.
Okay, yeah, so
Temporary.
as I see it, we just move 3,000-4,000 bucks into that, whatever we expect it to be, probably 2 people, each 20 hours a week for 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Is that about right?
Till we can.
Does that
yes,
sound correct?
Yes. I mean, what Crystal and I talked about is through the end of the year, so that was the
Through the-
$24,000 number that you.
Oh, through the end of the year,
That's what we had discussed.
okay.
And I guess there's some confusion there because we didn't know how long we're gonna be at the old facility versus
Right.
at
Yeah.
both places. So that's what we're trying to figure out until
Okay.
we
If
get.
it's going to be at the end of the
we
year,
have
we're going to
to
have to make
still-
some
Okay.
changes.
Oh.
I
Okay.
do,
Right.
is it expected to be that long?
I-
I didn't think we were looking at that long of a wait.
I don't know.
I
We're
don't
still
think-
kinda in.
I mean,
Pass on
Okay.
this, or?
I mean, can we just do this for now? And, I mean, because we certainly don't need to make 2 permanent part-time positions.
Right.
That wasn't the intention.
And do a budget amendment?
Just get with the auditor's office to make sure she has money in her extra help.
Okay.
Yes,
be
that's,
easy.
that's where we were
That's-
She
initially
does.
looking at.
Yeah.
That's-
There is-
But the Till- amount
of money, I guess, would be what you guys are okay with.
Right.
Okay. We would
Yeah.
need the extra help for the duration that we're in 2 places. So, but whether that's 1 month or 5, 6 months, I think we would handle it the same way, just out of extra help.
Okay.
So we can, I mean, maybe forward half of the amount you mentioned now, and then if we need more, do that. But yeah, I don't think
So you're okay with around 12,000, Judge?
I think so. I guess this is gonna take
Yes.
longer than I thought.
I mean, no, well, we both thought just about, when we talked about like 5 weeks or 6 weeks, if it's going to be longer than that, then,
We'll have to.
because you have
Yeah,
money,
so
yeah,
let's
you do have money
have
Just
in
do
that.
that
the,
then.
in the, in the employee part.
So we want to, we pass on this, or?
Yeah, we can
We'll
pass
pass on
on
it
20 and just get a budget amendment.
Are we fully staffed?
Okay.
we fully staffed?
Yes, we are fully staffed.
Okay. I had another thought, but it's okay. All right,
What was your other thought?
nothing.
Okay,
We're fully staffed, so I can't use my thought.
okay. All right. Anything else on that, Crystal or Guiana?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
So
ladies.
we'll pass on 20 and go the route we had talked about.
Crystal, how old do the employees need to be? Is there
Is it 17 or 18?
17, 18?
Yeah, our
Okay.
policy. I don't know if our policy sets an age limit, but we have historically.
I mean, to clean
Or older.
kennels,
Yeah.
being, I'm not undercutting it, I get it, yeah. Be nice, I'm sure there's some kids out of school in the summer looking for some work, but. Oh, yeah.
All
I
right,
know.
thank you, guys.
It will be up to Crystal to
Depends on
find
how much they like to ride in their car and eat, and go out on dates.
Okay, 21 was to consider approval of personnel changes. I see at least a couple in here.
You should have, John and Avery, we made a small change to the date just to align the pay periods
Okay.
for ease of that transition. John did give us authorization to do that.
Right,
So those corrections are in there, and then separately, our epidemiologist is leaving us. He is.
really? Oh, wow.
I can let, is David still here, or did he leave? He ran out. Oh, okay, yes.
He went to go
got
find a new
his
epidemiologist.
Yeah, he's now a doctor, so he's
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
We
progressed.
do
But
have a new epidemiologist.
we will have a new epidemiologist. The health department is hoping to bring the new person in to give a little bit of 2-week overlap in training, since it's such a
Good.
highly specialized in one person. They're able to accomplish it within their extra help and additional funds already, so there's no additional funds needed. It's just outside of what's budgeted, so we need your approval and okay to,
That's good. Epidemiologists are very important.
yeah.
So he already has someone in mind he's bringing in, or?
He does,
Good.
yeah. He's
Good.
already done the
very
search.
good.
and-
All right.
Good deal.
Move for approval.
Second.
Thank you, Gianni.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Yes, thank you, Gianni. 22 is to receive for the record discretionary budget amendments, if any. I don't see any in my stack. So we'll skip then to 23, to consider approval of 2026 budget amendments and take appropriate action. We do have a few. They're all in front of you in your agenda packet.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. And it looks like that is our last item of business. Anything else for the good of the cause up here?
No, sir.
No, Danny, good to have you back.
It certainly is.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, well, we will stand adjourned and see everybody back same time, same place next week. Thank you all.